Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Pillow Talk with Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia Watkins. How you doing today, babe?
Hi, good morning. And did you enjoy your Valentine's last night
Yes, I did. You
and
may,
during the day?
yeah.
During the day.
You know what? You made me a really good meal. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but my wife isn't just one of the most brilliant scholars ever. And just so y'all know, only 1% of the country gets a PhD. Only 1% of the country completes a marathon, and only about 10% of scholars get tenure, and maybe another 10% of that 10% of that 1% actually become full professors. So not only is my wife super brilliant, she also cooks her ass off.
I try to be the best I can be. That's really something. I think back on my accomplishments and it just
Mhm.
amazes me. I'm like, what was I thinking? What am I doing? And for a black woman, I have to just like pat myself on the back.
You a strong black
What's
woman.
up? What's up? I'm every woman.
You a
It's all in me.
everyone. Well, shout out to the strong black women in the building. I don't think the term strong black woman is an insult. I know people are, it's not politically correct to use that term anymore. Do you know that?
Yeah, because it's a stereotype about black women. I mean, we're
Mm.
helpless too. We need you too. We can't do it all on our own. I think that's what that's implying.
Well, you know what? I think that one way to frame it, I personally think that being strong is a positive thing. Like I think I'd rather be strong than weak. But I think also I think you could be strong and also appreciate the value of interdependency. You know,
Yes, it's a strength to say I need help.
yes,
It's weakness to just do it all on your own.
yeah, or it's also strength. Yeah, it's strength to say, you know what, yeah, I need you to help me out, but I'm gonna help
Mhm.
you out too.
Well, in order to do that, you have to have trust.
Yeah,
I got
that's
to
true.
trust that you're going to come through for me. And so some
Mhm.
people don't even ask. I'm not even going to ask because I don't even trust anybody. Why waste my time
That is
making
so
myself
true.
vulnerable? And I'm sitting here waiting on you to come through for
Mm,
me and you're not. Ooh, which by the way is interesting because it
well,
kind of relates to what we're going to talk about today.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, first of all, good morning to everybody, and give us a yes in the chat if you can hear us. Sometimes we go live and weird stuff happens with the technology, and y'all can't hear us. So, give us a yes in the chat if you can hear us, so we can move forward. I see Warris and Erica and Diane. Good morning, Diane. Diane sending her love. We're sending love right back to
Yes,
you.
love for Diane.
James and Michael and Legacy Venge. Okay, so they can hear us. All right. So yeah. So anyway, I was trying to pull the video up. I really wish I could. I couldn't get the video loaded in the system. I did my best, but there was a video. If you go to boyceandaliciatv.com, I put the video up there with a woman who starts off by saying she dates 8 to 10 men at a time, and that right there gets your attention.
It
Per
does.
week, she said per week.
Per week, she running through it.
Yeah, yeah. She turned over every stone.
Yes.
And also, she said that she pretty much dates only prison inmates.
Man, you gotta watch this video, boys. I mean, everybody's gotta watch the video. I know you saw the video, but I mean, she's got charts and everything. She has actually cleared out one section of her house
Mm.
just for charts and graphs on the men, just trying to keep them all straight. She can't keep her men straight.
She got a vision. She says a vision board.
Yes, a vision board and everything. That's her vision.
Yeah, and she says she wants. She said on her big visions are love, happiness, and marriage. That's those are
Wow.
good visions.
The three things that she could never get
You don't think
with a
so?
prison inmate. No, she
Well,
can never get
no,
that
no.
with a prison
No.
inmate.
Let's be fair though. Let's be fair. What she said, she does say some stuff. She says some stuff that's a little bit odd. Like she says, first thing she says that I agree with is she said that men in prison are regular men like everybody else, which I agree with. We got to remember these are human beings. These are not, just all terrible people. But she says, but they're like regular men who can't leave their room.
Yeah.
And then she says something about what was it? I
Well,
forget.
wait, I just want to comment on that part just
Okay,
alone. Like, let's
okay.
just dissect this and break this down. I
Yes,
mean,
please, relationship expert, break it down for us. What's going on here?
boys, dating is so confusing. I don't know if you know this. Like, I'm thinking about my friends who were dating. When I was dating, there are clients I have who are dating. It is so confusing. And if you date someone who's not really available to you like that, it takes out the confusion. Like, you don't have
Mm.
to wonder, okay, why is he not calling me? Okay, is it because I said something crazy at the last day? Is it because he with somebody else? He with another woman. That's why he not calling me. Why is he not calling me back? It just takes the confusion out of it. He
She
ain't calling you back because he in prison.
Well, she knows where he's at. Like,
She knows
and
exactly where he
he'll
is.
probably call you when he gets a phone, like a phone check.
She knows what time they let them loose so that they can make phone calls. And guess what? If they don't call her, she'll just knock them off her vision board and put another person on there.
Oh God!
She's got it
she's in
down.
control.
She is in total control, and she doesn't have to worry. I mean, it's a lot of fear when it comes to dating, and dating someone in who's really unavailable just takes all that fear out. It's almost
Like it's safe.
it's very safe, and it's almost like I think this is kind of the mentality of women who only date men who are married
Oh wow!
because they're
Really?
unavailable. Like they know that man can't be with you because he's with his wife.
And it maybe is it like lowering your expectations? Like, look, if I don't expect a fairy tale with you, then I don't have to worry about you not delivering, a promise.
Yeah, well, you know what it is up front. I
Mm,
know he can't be with me on Valentine's Day because he with his wife on Valentine's Day. I'll get him the day after.
simplicity. Okay, okay.
It's like I know he can't be with me on Christmas because so it takes the mystery out of it. You don't have to sit and worry. You don't have to trust. I don't
Mm.
have to like ask him for things and worry if he'll come through for me. I know he won't come through for me because he's in jail.
Wow. So let me ask everybody in the chat. Let's do an impromptu survey. All right. So let's get three options. So this lady who says she dates 10 inmates at a time, she only dates prison inmates. She has a whole vision board with all of her goals and how she manages her men. What do y'all think? Do y'all think she's deranged? Do you think this is perfectly normal? Or do you think that she's actually smart? Like she's actually making smart dating choices. What do y'all think? Answer in the chat. What your opinion is. Okay, Manuel says cray cray. You think but okay. So let's talk about that cray cray part, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, she mentions in the video. And by the way, if you guys go to boyceandaliciatv.com, the video's right there. I'll put the URL on the screen so you guys can go see the video for yourselves. Um, you know, okay. So she mentioned that this came from her father. Like
Yeah.
there was, the relation with her father where her father was not available. So as a father, I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, okay, this is why black fathers matter because
Yes.
you set the template for how your daughter is going to perceive the dating pool in the future. If you a thug that's in and out of jail or you killing people or you're not there, she's going to look for men who imitate that behavior. What do you think about that?
It is a dynamic that she experienced as a child, and it was probably very painful for her. And
Mm,
so, what you do is that you replicate this dynamic when you get older. I mean, there's a reason why I'm married to you, and my dad was a college professor. Here you are with
mm,
a PhD, and I marry, and my dad had a PhD. I marry you with a
mm.
PhD, and you teach all day long. And growing up as a little girl in Tuskegee, I would watch my dad teach all day long. I mean, it's so familiar to me. And it's really interesting. Like when you're teaching your classes,
Uh-huh.
and I'll just be laying down, I can hear you. I go right to sleep like a little baby. It does not wake me up. I'm
Wow.
not disturbed at all by your loud voice. It doesn't
Wow.
disturb me. It's just like something familiar. So I think that's what she's gravitating to, the familiarity of it all. If I can say
Interesting.
that word.
Well, I'm glad that you're a sapiosexual, like, you know, because
I don't like stupid men.
when you were young, I saw all those basketball players and football players looking at you and stuff. So I was like, oh Lord,
Wait a
she
minute.
she one of them girls chasing thugs and
Well, let me tell you, when I was little in Gary, I had a crush on this guy. I thought he
uh
was so cute.
really
And
okay.
we were on the tennis team together, I think. Yeah, the tennis team. So he probably knows.
You
If he's
probably
listening to this, he'll be like, "Oh, that was me."
you probably didn't even like tennis.
I just played because he was on the team. I mean, come on. So anyway, I liked him, and then my friend went to school with him, and she said he gets D's on his report card, and I was like, I don't want to be with him anymore. I like
Really?
totally iced him because he was stupid.
So you walked away because he was dumb.
I was like, he's stupid.
Well, shout out
D's.
to the women who like the smart men because sometimes guys who are smart, like the guys that are in the books that are working hard, they feel like they're losing. It's almost like women when they're trying to compete with the hoes on Instagram, that are showing booty and getting all the likes because the booty's out. But it's like there's something to be said about quality in terms of intelligence and all that.
Yeah, but I mean, back to this lady. If she was my client,
Oof.
I mean, I would try to make she's aware of this dynamic. So she's aware that there's something going on. But if she was my client, I would try to like connect her to the pain associated with having a father who's unavailable.
Mm.
Because I think what's going on is that she's working all of this out through her
Mm.
current relationships in hopes that it will be different.
She didn't seem happy in the video.
No, look at that picture of her. Look at that
Yeah, like
face.
that face in the image right
She's
there is
mad. This is a little girl who's mad at her father for not being there.
mm,
Like when I see that face, I was like, "Oh, child,
damn.
she
Yeah,
needs some
she
help."
she did kind of had an attitude that was like, it sucks and I don't like it, but this is just what it is.
Yeah,
And I'm managing the best I can with, like, it's almost like she's making order out of chaos.
yeah.
Like it's chaotic that white people have incarcerated so many black men in the first place. Because that is true. There are a lot of good black men in prison. Like
Well, she's
regular
reaching out to them.
right. But let me say this though. Like
Mm-hmm.
let's put it into context because I don't think we should look at it like, oh my God, why would you date an inmate? Inmates are worthless. Remember, just this week I interviewed Dr. Boyce TV, Larry Miller, the former CEO of the Air Jordan brand, who's now the chairman of the Jordan brand. He went to prison for 10 years, but he took the Jordan brand from 300 million a year to 3 billion a year, if I'm not mistaken. He's a smart guy. He's a good guy. But he made a mistake when he was young and he got time in prison. And there were people that wanted him to be banned for life. They wanted his tenure sentence to become a lifetime sentence, by basically denying him opportunities. He just got lucky. It just didn't show up on his record when he applied for jobs. So my point is to say, you know, there's not. I don't know if I'd say it's totally outlandish to fall in love with a man who's locked up because I believe there are a lot of good men who are locked up, and I've also read somewhere where there are women who like attention. They can get into that because they're like, look, I got all your attention, and there's
Mm-hmm.
no competition.
Yeah, so they're very needy women,
Mm.
and what I would
You think
say
that's
to her,
needy if a man
yeah,
wants attention?
yeah,
Okay.
I think it's very needy, and of course she didn't get the attention that she needed, and she's working this out
Mm.
feverishly. I mean, that whole wall is full of what she really wants, and she really wants that love, attention, respect, acceptability, and
Mm.
all of that from her father. But the thing is that can this lady have a real relationship?
Interesting.
Can
Okay.
she have a real relationship?
Yeah.
I
Well.
mean, does in deep down inside, I don't even think she believes that she deserves true love.
Wow. By the way,
Hmm.
everybody, you're watching Pillow Talk with Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia Watkins. This is where we get together on our pillows and do our podcast and talk about the things that two black college professors who love each other would talk about in the morning. We decided to do the podcast because we have the most interesting conversations when we're laying in bed. And I said, you know what? The world is full of the promotion of ignorance. Let's see if we can promote some black love and black intelligence out here. So that's why we're doing it. And we appreciate you guys joining us. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up if you haven't done it yet. And let me show y'all something Alicia sent me for Valentine's Day. First of all, happy Valentine's Day to everybody out here. If you're looking for the love of your life, you'll find it. Just keep doing your thing. This is something Alicia sent me, and I thought, by the way, I thought this was very nice of you
Did
to.
you like that? I was
Yeah,
trying to, yeah.
yeah. You airdropped it to me on my phone. I
I
don't.
did.
I was surprised. I don't get airdrops. You didn't text it. You airdropped it.
I did airdrop it.
Yeah, and I didn't
And I
know.
was and I was sitting there waiting. That's the whole thing with dating. Even we're married. I'm like, oh, is he gonna accept my airdrop? Or is he not gonna be? I knew you'd be on your phone because you're always on your phone. I'm like, oh, he's always on his phone. I'm just gonna airdrop
It's
it to
like
him.
passing a note to me in class.
It is. But it was spontaneous. You didn't even know it was in there. It was just like bloop.
So I checked the box that said, "Yes, I will go with you.
Yes. Will you be
I
my
will be a Valentine."
Valentine?
Yeah, yeah. So she sent me this, and I appreciate that. Thank you. And another thing I was thinking about today that's really interesting. You're going to find this interesting. I did a podcast this morning about the versus battles, and did you hear that
No.
people are outraged about the versus battles? Because Anthony. Well, first of all, did you know Anthony Hamilton is about to do the next verses with Music Soul Child? I know
I
that
did
excites
see
you.
that because I do follow both of them on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton. You took me to the Anthony Hamilton
I
concert.
like him.
He is a great singer, but I will put it on a stack of Bibles that the only way I would end up at an Anthony Hamilton concert is if you asked me to go. And but I enjoyed myself. It was really nice. He's a great singer. Anyway, the Versus people are getting a lot of pushback right now because they decided to start charging for the Versus battles. So everybody's like pissed off. The whole internet's like on fire because
Who's paying for that? No one's paying for that versus.
well, you know what it is? I think it's like like those
Yeah.
streaming companies, like you choose your business model, right? You either have a big audience of people that pay nothing, or you have a smaller audience of people that pay something.
Well, how would they charge? What's their thoughts about that? I mean, it became big during the pandemic because we were kind of sitting at home wanting some entertainment.
Hmm.
But I don't know if like now things are starting to open up a little more. I've been saying that for a year. But if there's any need, I just go see them in concert.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. People were saying, I'll pay money for a concert. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna pay money to sit in my living room and watch them show up late, show up drunk. Because the
Mm.
versus battles, I heard they're kind of ratchet.
You don't know what you're gonna
I have
get.
not watched a single versus. Have you?
Um, I watched one because someone showed it to me,
Was it
but
Brandy versus Monica?
no, I did not watch
That
that.
was the biggest one. They had 1.2 million people watching live.
Brandy versus Monica.
Yes.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So I thought you might find that interesting since you're a big Anthony Hamilton fan. You
I
know,
am a big Anthony Hamilton, and I like Music Soul Child. What?
yeah, oh, he's great. The Philadelphia sound. Shout out to Kenny Gamble, one of my
What?
mentors, my homeboy.
I
Love it,
never
love
got to
that guy.
meet. I never got to meet him.
Yeah,
Maybe next time you go to Philadelphia, I'll go with you.
you can meet Kenny, and also Carvin Haggins. Carvin is, I think Carvin like literally was like the first person to. I don't know if he produced Music Soul Child's album or something, but he's the genius behind a lot of what Music Soul Child's done, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, shout out to Philadelphia. They have a lot of talent there. So anyway, so back to this lady who dates 10 prison inmates at a time. So, it almost seems to me that when you're talking about something like this, I think the part about it, here's my take on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea of dating a prison inmate, I don't think that makes you crazy. I really don't, because I think inmates, first of all, prison is the black man's nightmare. It really is, because they send so many of us to prison. Second of all, I think these men deserve love too. And some of these men are quality men. Now, what makes me wonder is one, the fact that she's managing so many different relationships. That I mean, 10 at a time is like, Lord, like that's like processing cattle.
How can you really be in a relationship, I'm saying real relationship, when it's just 10 different men at a time? Like, it's impossible.
Yeah, she's managing those dudes like stocks.
And
Like
as soon as they say
the
something,
way I manage my stock investments.
that's right, non-committal. Look
Yo,
at that. She's not really
she's
committing.
diversifying.
And I'm wondering, why is she not committing to one person? And she probably, I mean, you know what I really wonder?
What?
If she thinks that a man just can't commit to her. He's just,
Mm,
it's not even possible that she can have this commitment. She's in a lot of pain. That's what I get. She's in a lot of pain. She probably needs therapy.
well,
For
that
sure.
I think that's a. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think she could use some therapy?
She
What do
needs
y'all think?
therapy. I mean, if anything, to raise awareness, a deeper level as to why she's so motivated, to
Yeah,
continue to
she
doing
has a
what
whole
she's
vision
doing.
board with all her men on the vision board.
Because she's never gonna. What were the 3 words on her vision board?
Love, happiness, and marriage.
She's not gonna get any one of those
Well, what's
with what she's doing.
well, you know what I wondered about too is I wonder if you are dating somebody who's in prison and they're super attentive, does that change when they get out?
Oh,
You
when
know,
they get out, I bet she probably doesn't. She's too scared.
yeah, I would
It
wonder about
takes a
that.
lot of fear when they get out, because now she's like, why is he not calling me back right away?
Yeah,
You
because
don't know.
people's behavior changes when they have fewer options. Like same
Uh-huh.
thing, male or female. Like
Yep.
you have a woman that ain't got that's lonely. She's gonna deal with you different than a woman who's got 10 guys trying to call her. Same thing with men. A guy who is locked away, who
Mm-hmm.
knows that you're the only person that's gonna take his calls. You're the only one that's gonna send him money and put money on his books. But when he gets out, suddenly all the floodgates are open. That's another factor that I wonder how that plays out for her.
I wonder if she's going through so many men in prison. Are they just like, dude, you gotta get with this lady. She be with you. Like, I wonder if they all know each other in
Mm,
prison and they just
I
like,
think so.
I mean, think about it. Think about prison inmates. Like,
Mm.
I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about them, but people who are in prison. But I'm just wondering, just men in general, just like, get with this lady. She will be like your girl. All you gotta do is pay her a
Well,
whole bunch of attention, and maybe she'll put something on your what's a commissary or something.
mm,
She'll put something down.
nah,
Maybe
I could
maybe
see
they
that.
passing her around, and she thinking she going through all the men.
Well, I mean, it could be transactional, right? And I think transactions happen all throughout our world, right? So I be to me it's not so much. I don't judge whether or not something is a transaction. I just want to know, are you getting what you're claiming to get? Like, so if she's saying, look, I'll put $50 a month on the books of 10 dudes if they give me attention. Well,
Yeah.
that's no different from like you paying to go, to an Anthony Hamilton concert. You sing for me, I'll give you $50.
Well, here's the thing is that I don't think she's getting what she wants because
You don't think so?
if you look at the video, she's like, you didn't do this, she's knocking you off the list. One little thing you do, she has like a system. She's got a whole elaborate system coming up
She's
where
pimping
she is
hoes.
narrowing it down. She's got like, she actually went out and bought index cards and put index cards on these boards and just narrow that down. It was like, you are out. And who knows what they've done to get themselves knocked out. And so she's not really growing.
Well, it's definitely
She's
not.
very
I
stagnant.
see it as definitely non-traditional, right? And I'm a believer in happiness in the sense of if what you're doing is making you happy, then I'm all
Mhm.
for it. As long as you ain't really hurting nobody. Now Sheena says, "Hello, doctors. This is an awesome topic. Just wonder if you did a video on Wendy Williams." No, we did not. I knew
What's
when.
happening with Wendy
I think
Williams?
she's losing
Is
her mind. I think that
Oh,
well, they're claiming that's what the media is saying, right?
well,
And
it's the drugs, right?
well, she did have some drug stuff going on, and I want to be respectful. I know I've met Wendy many times. I was on her show like 6 times, and she's super smart. Her father's a college professor. I think that was why we connected. Like she
Oh,
really,
really?
yeah, yeah. But then she gets in a lot of chaos and stuff, and but I wish her the best. No, we didn't talk about Wendy Sheena. I don't know if we will get a chance to hit that one, but can the
Um,
bank keep her from her own money? Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to talk to lawyers about that, but I think that there are laws that can allow people to come in and take your assets. But anyway, so the conclusion on the lady date the 10 inmates at a time is my conclusion
what's
is
your conclusion?
do you.
Okay.
That's it. Like
All
what
right.
whatever
My
makes
con-
you happy, do you.
All right, that's a conclusion, I guess.
Okay.
My conclusion is I would encourage her to try to put at least one or two men in the rotation who are actually available to give her the
Mm,
love, the
okay.
real marriage, happiness, whatever words she put on their love.
Mm,
Because I would venture to say that it's pretty empty and she's probably not getting what she wants.
mm,
So, but in order
interesting.
for her to do that, it's going to take her to become available and vulnerable and possibly, put herself in a position where she could get hurt
Mm.
emotionally. And she's got to know that it's not her,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
you know.
those just the daddy issues alone. I mean, the fact that she made the connection with her father's behavior
Mhm.
and her choices, that right there says that there's more, I'm sure, to dig into, right? And I
Well,
think,
that's the first
and
level. Yeah.
and I would say for anybody listening, you know, look at your relationship with your opposite sex parent. That'll probably tell you a lot about how you respond to
Hmm.
the opposite sex when in a dating relationship. I know. I mean, my mother is a social worker just like you. She's light skinned just like you. Y'all look alike. Y'all took a picture together. Y'all look like freaking twins. And your father was a college professor just like me. So it's kind of like
He was,
interesting.
and you know what? He's kind of quirky, like you. You're a little quirky
Your
sometimes.
dad was a great man. Shout out to Dr. Francis Taylor.
He was quirky.
That's my man right there. But
He
anyway,
was brilliant, but
yes.
wow, God, something came to me when you were talking. Wait, you were talking. Oh, yes. So you were saying, yeah. So it does depend on your relationship with the opposite sex, but it also depends on what you saw between your mother and father growing up. Like that
Mm,
dynamic. What did you see? Did you see your dad being rude and disrespectful and not being available
mm,
to your mother? Did you see your mother? How did your mother deal with that? Was she
mm,
sad? Did she cry a lot? Did they argue? What did you see growing up? And so you don't even, it's unconscious, it's subconscious actually. You
mm,
repeat all of those patterns, you don't even know
mm.
that you're doing it.
Well, Charles Brooks says she's a freak. But I think
Wait, is she doing conjugal visits?
that's the
Oh
thing.
my
I don't know
God.
how many prisons
I
let
got
you
so many
do that.
questions for this lady.
I'd be curious about that. Like, are you getting some?
Conjugal
Is this all?
visits?
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just all about the sex. Like, I want that prison sex. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean,
What is that? Because
well,
men are separated from women for the
yeah,
most part.
which is terrible and
Because you
highly
think
highly
about,
unnatural, right? So,
oh,
I mean, if that is on I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many prisons do conjugal visits, but I would imagine, like you ain't been around women that often, you're gonna be hungry. Like feeding a hungry dog, I guess. But anyway, so
Gee whiz. Well,
yeah.
who I don't know.
Yeah, well, God bless her. I wish her the best, and I wish everybody the best here. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And by the way, Alicia's website is coachingwithdralicia.com. Alicia is a licensed therapist and a full professor of social work, and also a certified life coach. So if you want to find out more about what she does, feel free to go to coachingwithdralicia.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. You can follow us online at Boyce and Alicia on Instagram. So have a good day, everybody. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. God bless you. We will talk to you all soon. Take care.
Bye, everyone.